I'm assuming no different with this one either.
To create the pieces, that's exactly how we start. You mean, so it's the
In a
sketch.
wax carving.
It's 8 steps to make the pieces. And for us, the first step is always that inspiration, then that sketch. You go to a wax carving, then you go to a silicone mold, and then your sterling silver, your wax tree, your sterling silver, and on and on and on. So you may look at a piece and say, but okay, that's just this or whatever you think it is. There's something about those hand touches and that time, the same way as going through a drive-through or a home-cooked meal. I mean, there is a quality there that you cannot fake.
You can't find it anywhere else. I mean, there absolutely. Can you go into a store with a door and you find a stud earring? Sure. What's the meaning behind it? There isn't one. The meaning was the buyer from that store said, we need to hit a $19.99 price point. What can you give us? Well, we'll give you metal that's going to change colors. We're going to give you something that's not going to last the test of time. This is why you shop for your jewelry here at QVC. And part of the reason why I have fallen in love with this category here at QVC is every single piece, not only is it made to stand the test of time, every piece has such unbelievable meaning behind it. Every piece that we bring to you is this work of art that you get to proudly wear. You get to proudly put these studs in your ear. You have your choice here of the sterling silver or in that 14 karat gold layered over. We're looking at a price of $54.98 if you want the sterling silver, and if you want to bring it home in that 14 karat gold, we're looking at $79.98. It's on sale either way that you go with. Your easy pay is $13.74, but if you do want to upgrade to the gold, you're simply just paying about $6 and change more on an easy payment to be able to do so. Why did you create a stud like this? I mean, it's kind of like a new take on a stud.
Well, so first off, from a design and styling point of view, the quickest way to change your look is to change your earrings.
Really?
As opposed to a haircut, as opposed to all of this, but
makes sense.
I know if not me, but throughout life you normally get to a certain age where then you stay within a couple inches of your length, and this is such an easy way to turn it around. That being said, you've got a hoop, you've got a stud, you've got a linear. There's a couple things you can play with. For this stud, I wanted to bring out that most popular, which is the 7mm stud. This design, I'm not sure if you've heard this one before. So, this carving here is from our Ripple collection. The Ripple collection was the first collection that I launched. And as I shared, when I walked away from my past life and decided to do something for myself, I've spent most of my life, whether it's in my personal life, I'm the 4th of 5 kids, which you become the translator. Because you grow up younger and you have to learn the way everyone speaks and keep everyone, I was that middle child to keep everyone happy. So my whole life has been telling everyone else's stories. And then when I started creating jewelry and started working with the major brands, and I was with John Hardy for over 15 years, my life was traveling the world to distant artisan villages to tell their stories and bring them back to you. So for the Christian James collection, I wanted to tell you the stories that were important to me, but that I also feel are very similar and important to you. So this Ripple collection, inspired by the Mother Teresa quote, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone that creates many ripples." So simple, but so incredibly powerful. So when you think about how crazy the world is, and again, and I still say, if you look at every decade, everyone felt it was a little crazy. With this ripple, you think about the lives that you have touched. You think about your family, your kids, your friends. They're the great multipliers of your ripples. You think about one of your biggest ripples just happened getting married. You think about graduations. You think about passing of parents. Like all of these things kind of change the trajectory. For me, the ripple is the legacy you leave behind. Maya Angelou once said, and I'll mess it up, but people will forget what you have said and what you have done, but they never forget how you made them feel. And that, for me, is that ripple. So I wanted to bring that story, because the ripple is one of our most coveted and beloved. I wanted to bring that story together in a classic, best-selling in North America size, and there it is with that gorgeously carved. It is your post and clutched. What you'll love too, because I've learned from you for many, many years, you want it oversized. So this is going to sit nice and tall on your lobe. You're going to get that perfect coverage, and then you see that beautiful ripple starts right in the center there and then cascades around. So it really comes down, do you love the 14 karat or do you want that rhodium over sterling silver?
And I love that it doesn't end. Like, I love that it just keeps going all the way around.
But think, because when you and I are gone,
Yeah.
that energy, those stories, people still remember.
That's exactly right. I mean, actually, this is like one of the coolest moments I had in this job. You and I were presenting, and I got a message from a woman afterwards who you had a necklace that had your choice of the silhouette.
Yes.
And there was one that was the Star of David, one that was a cross, and I had talked about, and then a heart. Those were the three options. And I had mentioned how my family, my mom's side of the family is Jewish, my dad's side of the family is Catholic, and they raised me and said, just go be a good person. Like that was, I'm not a religious person. They just said, just go be a good person. That's all you got to do. And I told that story, and I got off the air to a message from a woman who sent one of the most beautiful messages I've ever received, saying that, and her exact words were, "You never know how what you say is going to affect somebody else's day." And that started a conversation with her mother, and they started talking, and it became this thing where you may not realize the stones that you're throwing and the effect that they have, but I think back to people in my life. I remember there was a woman that I went to at Westchester University, and she worked at the spot in the cafeteria there. And the one thing that she would always say is, "Do you want a biscuit, baby?" And everybody that went to Westchester University
know exactly
knows about Miss Marilyn, who I'm talking about right now, who was there
Do you want a biscuit,
for decades.
baby?
But that, like, whenever I needed to go be at home, because she worked at Home Zone, whenever I needed that little feeling of home, I would go over there, and I didn't care what they were ordering, because I needed a biscuit that day, and I couldn't wait to tell Miss Marilyn, yes, I did. Like, that's that little ripple that actually had a really big effect, because I'm out of college.
Well, but think about that. And now you're sharing it on national TV.
Exactly. Like that's where it just never ends.
Yes.
And that's the same thing with this. Sale price today, $54.98 or $79.98 if you
thought it was just jewelry. It's therapy too, my friends.
See, exactly. This is my, you better, I say that, I go on here, it's like my journal. I just come and I just throw everything out there. Okay, J14273 is your item number in order to bring that home. $13.75 or $20 on an easy payment. What is the ripple that is going to symbolize in your life?
My friends, think about your gifts for graduation.
Oh my gosh,
Because that's an easy one. If she has pierced ears, you can